ladies and gentlemen, and it seems that these people, these, what we would call these social media posters, these gaming journalists, software engineers, etc., the list can go on, is that they're always constantly posting about how these, these how white people shouldn't be in games and stuff like that, and the people are like, you buy video games and stuff like that if you're not a white man and all that. And it's really quite insane, really. I mean, listen. I am a young lad. Not so young, but young enough. Born in 1993. And I think I played video games with all sorts of my friends, with them being black, Mexican, white, Latino, Korean, all structure of the above. I haven't played with anybody or had anybody play with me or what have you, or for me rather, that hasn't been a multiple of races. You want to know why? It's because gaming inherently is not a racist thing. You don't need to advocate for more inclusivity for gaming, or for women for that matter, because that's just not a thing. Now, for women, they just don't like playing a lot of the games that guys do. They like playing games, but in most part, they like playing different sets of games, which is not a problem, because a lot of people like playing a lot of different sets of games too. I'm mostly a RPG type of player, so I end up playing a lot more of those games. I am not really a huge fan of shooter games myself, so I play very little of those. But RPG games, single-player games are usually my jam, and of course, the cursed League of Legends, which I should probably quit for my own mental health. But I digress. These are things that are a huge deal. Now, we have this from this lunatic here. Xbox Head posts dumb racist tweet, promptly runs and hides. And of course, we have this here saying the man in the gaming industry is quite the S-show these days. Discussions about diversity and inclusion are both necessary and welcome, but require some serious thought and tact. These conversations are crucial in creating a more inclusive space that reflects the vast and diverse audience that enjoys video games. However, the approach to such discussions can significantly impact the message's reception and the broader dialogue about inclusion in gaming, especially if it doesn't hit the mark. A recent tweet by Kelly Lombardi, Global Product Marketing Manager, Xbox at Microsoft, illustrates the delicate balance required in these conversations. And she has gone out to say that raise your hand if you're not a white man and you buy video games. No hate to white dudes, it's just another day in the gaming industry that minorities have to fight to prove they exist. No, they don't. They don't have to fight to prove they exist. Do you know who are usually the kings of video game or fighting games in general, or what I see mostly are black people? They're usually really, really good at fighting games. It's actually quite interesting. I think they only lose to some of the Asian players that are actually good at that are good at bloody everything when it comes to gaming. I don't know what it is. They have that buff or something. I don't know. They're really good at those games. But again, I digress. These are the things that these people are doing, right? And they're saying that we need to be represented more. We have to prove that we exist. Sorry, we don't need to prove that we exist. We are just here. We're just not making a big fuss about it. Again, we have this from the Savvy Artist. Why did you feel the need to phrase a tweet like this? Why can't you just say, raise your hand if you like games? Are you aware the largest demographic of gamers is Asian, not white men? What fight is happening today? Exactly. No, that's because there is no fight. And she goes on to say, to respond to Savvy here, says, I know this demographic information isn't accurate. I never said it was. Okay, then why did you say it? Why are you gaslighting here? And she goes on to say that I deleted my last tweet because it was poorly worded, lacked context, and it didn't accurately reflect how I feel. The gaming industry is incredibly diverse, and the more voices we have creating, watching, and playing games, the better. There's room for everyone. And of course, this lumnuts, this fool, goes and obviously protects herself, protects her own account, because she says something incredibly stupid and something that nobody really agrees with, and she has to go and protect her account, because these people can't withstand criticism. They can't go and, when they say things, have a response back, so they go and protect themselves. These are the people that are in the echo chamber. I find it hilarious that a lot of these people, when they go and say, "Oh well, you're the ones that are you guys always live in the echo chamber." Really, we're the ones that live in the echo chamber. How many times have I seen where a lot of you far leftists that agree with this insanity are the ones that end up protecting your account because you get actual criticism? It's insane to me. And that's just the reality of it all. You people are saying she has no idea what she's talking about. Even Var Dark goes and says, if Kelly Bombardi, global game marketer at Xbox, had simply said there's room for everyone in the gaming industry, I would 100% be supportive of that statement. Most people would be. But she only said that after denigrating white men and pushing a victimhood mentality. How pathetic. Exactly. Because, again, she goes on to say that, obviously, to reflect how I feel. Well, I doubt that because you went out and said it anyways. And you're only saying it because you got caught and nobody's agreeing with your opinion. Because you're an idiot. You're a fool. And of course, if we go to the 24 demographics here, and looking at all this, 3.4 billion people play games. And obviously, if we go down back further, we go a little bit further down. Of course, men and women are playing video games a bit more. Women are doing it better and stuff like that. And of course, we have 10% are actually Hispanic, 8% are African American, 7% is Asian, and 30% ethnicities, which one you want to call that. Which I'm going to assume that's black people, which I could have sworn Hispanic, Hispanic, black, etc., all that. But I digress. Doesn't really matter. Either way, there are a whole bunch of people that are playing this game. Of all different backgrounds, of all different places, around the world. You don't know who you're going to get matched up with. It really just depends, honestly, on what type of game you're playing. So, like, if you're playing League of Legends, for example, and you're in North America, where you're probably only going to be playing with Canadian gamers and, well, US Americans. Because usually, in most instances here, you're set to a certain region because it's region locked. But a lot of the other games that are not necessarily region locked, you play with whoever. It doesn't really matter. You don't know who's on the other side of the internet here. They could be anybody. And again, they could be a female, they could be black, they could be Asian, they could be anything. You don't know. And majority of people just don't care. That's the problem with these people. They spat out nonsense. They don't know what they're talking about. They're all fools, and they should be treated as such. Alright guys, that's it for the video. Like, try to share. As always, take care, my friends.
I'm disgusted by what I see in public. Even people closest to us can't be trusted. Cause it's algorithmic disease, the social media.